My name is Ernest Martin, and I'm presenting on the topic Governing for Success: Why Corporate Governance and Accountability Matter for Every Business Leader. Corporate governance ensures proper management of firms. It increases trust and credibility. Failure highlights the need for strong systems. Yes, corporate governance matters because of these three pillars that has been mentioned. Without corporate governance or without strong and proper corporate governance systems running in a corporation, definitely we are going to see a failure of the business at corporation. The main argument here is that strong corporate governance leads to better outcomes, and that is explicitly true because strong corporate governance ensures that every individual in the organization or every department in the organization does its things accordingly. They improve transparency and accountability as well. A corporate governance refers to the system of rules, practices, and processes by which a company is directed and controlled. It can also be said to be a key determinant in ensuring the relationship between board of directors, management, shareholders, and other stakeholders within the organization. The main purpose is to ensure accountability, transparency, fairness, and responsibility in decision making. It guides how organizations set objectives, manage risk, and achieve long-term success. The foundation of corporate governance are the core principles that guides how organizations are directed and controlled. They ensure ethical behavior, accountability, and effective decision making. The key foundations here are accountability. Leaders are answerable for their actions and decisions. Every person has been put in charge of a particular department must account for whatever they are given and whatever that comes to them. Transparency, clear and timely disclosure of information must be the order of the day, or is the order of the day in corporations or organizations that runs on strong corporate governance systems. Fairness, equal treatment of all shareholders and stakeholders. Responsibility, compliance with laws and ethical standards. We have the global governance system. We have several global governance systems, a few of which we speak of. We have the Anglo-American model. The Anglo-American model focuses on shareholder value, single-tier board, and strong capital markets. The German two-tier model seeks to separate supervisory and management boards, strong stakeholder focus. The Japanese model also looks at the relationship, is also a relationship-based governance, and that influence of banks and corporate networks. The China model states influences and centralized control, alignment with government objectives. The board of directors and their responsibility. The board sets strategy and direction for the organization. The board also monitors management actions. It ensures effective governance practices. The shareholder rights and activism. Shareholder rights give investors the power to participate in and influence corporate decisions. Key rights. Votes on directors and major decisions. They access company information. They receive dividends. The transfer of ownership of shares. The shareholder activism is when investors actively pushes changes in a company's governance strategy or performance. The accountability mechanism. Accountability mechanisms are the system that ensures managers and directors are responsible for their actions. They promote transparency, control, and ethical behaviors in their organizations. The internal mechanisms are board of directors. The board of directors oversees management of the organization. The internal audit ensures compliance and accuracy. Performance monitoring aligns goals with results. External mechanisms. We have the external audit, the regulations and laws, and shareholder and then market forces. The market forces demands performance. The regulations and laws also ensures standard enforcement. And then the external audit also has the power to do independent verification of every transaction that goes on in the organization. Governance failures and its challenges. Weak governance lead to poor oversight and unethical decision making. And this is what happened to Enron when they were unable to put in proper governance, which later saw the company collapse with a lot of debts. Lack of accountability enables fraud, corruption, and scandals. Ineffective controls reduce transparency and stakeholder trust. ESG pressures demand sustainability, ethics, and social responsibility. Cyber risk threaten data security and organizations' reputation. Rapid technological changes increases governance. There are four failures in corporate governance. You have the ethical failure, the board failure, the risk management failure, and compliance failures. When compliance fails, it means that the company will be surcharged by the regulatory bodies and it will become a huge problem for the business. And risk management, if management is not able to measure the length at which they can take risk, then it means that the governing body or the organization is bound to see itself in a strong problem. A board failure, when a weak board is in place, it means that it can encourage corruption, it can also encourage fraud and many others. And then ethical failures, when the company is ethically corrupt, the repercussion has to do with reputational damages that is caused to the business as well. In conclusion, corporate governance is the foundation of effective leadership and organizational stability. Accountability ensures that leaders are answerable for decisions and performance of the business. Strong governance system reduce risk, prevent scandals, and enhance credibility. Businesses that prioritize governance are better positioned for sustainable growth and resilience.